Well, who would believe there would be this much fog out here right now? But there's some fog. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Putting in more braking miles on the bike. Still trying to get familiar with it. I'm a little used to the tech, so I can't say I'm completely unfamiliar with it. Um, but just getting used to everything, where the clutch is, you know, all the fun stuff. So this is not a review video. It's more, just saying what's up, telling everyone I am enjoying the bike. Um, I mostly was riding my multi-strada, so obviously it's a little different on a multi-strada versus this. But this bike is going to be more for the track and, street riding. So I'm looking forward to it. And I got some mods coming, and we'll be filming those mods. So definitely go to the channel and check out the uncrating video. Sorry about the audio on that. We will do better next time for sure. But we're going to bring you more in-depth videos like that one, especially when we start to put the mods on and stuff like that. So definitely keep it locked to the channel. And we also got a lot of other shows on the channel already. So if anything you're looking, not anything you're looking for, but um, bike stuff, interviews with riders, with folks that work at companies and race companies and all that. So definitely go to Rexy45 and check out some of those videos. It's kind of interesting down here right now because it's like I said, it's foggy, but it's warm. I don't know where all this fog is coming from. I maybe need to check the weather, but for now, I'm gonna enjoy the ride because I will say this. This is probably like my fourth time taking it out, and every time I take it out, it's just fun, and in all honesty, more comfortable. I didn't know what to expect coming from my other bikes, but it's actually pretty comfortable. And I've ridden 8 hours on my 1198. Yes, obviously stopping and stuff like that. But I've ridden on that bike and no problem. So I feel like riding all day on this bike um, shouldn't be a problem. I've already got it set up for GP shift. That's something I like all my bikes to have, unless it's a dirt bike or off-road bike. Obviously, you can't do GP shift with those bikes. So the bike is comfortable. On the highway is comfortable. The heat is interesting because if I put the balls of my feet on the rear sets, I don't really feel the heat. If I'm moving back in a little bit more, if I'm playing around and ride a little bit more aggressive or entering a corner and I'm changing my feet position and stuff like that, or if I'm just not paying attention and I'm riding on the balls of my feet, then I feel the heat more. But if I just move it, I don't know, a couple of inches forward, I don't feel anything really. I don't know. I don't know what the temperature is. I think it's like 70 something right now, and it's cool, and the sun is not out, so it's not bad. So as it gets warmer, we shall see. I will say though, it looks like Ducati doesn't have to do much marketing for these bikes because it seems like a lot of folks are getting this Panigale, and from the videos I've seen online, they're all over the place. I don't think Ducati really needs to do much to sell these bikes. But I think at this point they may not either because it's too soon to tell. But and I haven't ridden any previous Panigale, so I have no reference other than my twin and being a Ducati and the electronics that was on my Multistrada and other bikes. I had a 200, I had a 2016 200, and I know so. And those bikes are older, 8 years old compared to what this is right now. So, but I can't really use the electronics right now because I'm just riding. I'm not on a track. I'm not riding aggressive. So I don't know how well they would work or not. So I really won't know, like where the grip is on this bike or, how well the traction control is kicking in and or any of the stuff until I get on the track. Safe to say I won't be doing that stuff on the street. And so I have to wait to go to the track for on the street. I'm just going to be cruising around and enjoying the bike and learning the Florida as I ride around on this bike. So for me, it'll be a little bit different, and I won't be doing any track days on this bike until I do the mods on it. And so we'll see when that happens, and but I'm looking forward to it. The quick shifter and auto blip. Again, I don't know what it feels like on the track, but regular riding is pretty nice. As always, the mirrors are horrible, nothing new, so I'm looking to change them as soon as I find out what Rizomo is making for these. I'm pretty sure I'm going to throw a pair on because I've done that with all my bikes. And if you do a lot of riding and you don't feel like turning your head every single time, it's nice to have a mirror or mirrors that are not vibrating and you're doing highway speeds and can see behind you. So now the reason behind getting the base model is really to do the mods on it. And I don't want to sit here and say it's going to be better than the S model out the gate, because obviously if you do mods on the S model, it's going to go up. I think the suspension will be the biggest difference. I'm going to go, I don't know if I'm going to say what kind of wheels I'm going to go with yet. But you'll see. I don't want to say anything until the video comes out. You'll see what we do. But it should be, it's going to be one bad bike when it's done for sure. And I like some of you guys and gals out there, that likes to play with their motorcycles, or cars and stuff like that. You know how much fun that is. So definitely looking forward to that. I have played with the electronics a little bit. And I will say I do notice a difference, which is pretty impressive. And I'm going to play with them some more. I don't have them in the lowest settings. I don't think I need to on the streets. But that's the goal, I think, is to just get a feel for what the bike feels like as natural as possible without the tech in it, so or at least intrusive as possible. It's over 70 right now. And, I got my summer gloves on, but I got my, I guess, fall jacket on. Dainese jacket that I've had for a while and I really like. So it's kind of mixed. My hands are not too cold. Oh, not cold at all, but I definitely felt it when I had my summer jacket on. There's a little bit of wind coming through this thing. This is as much fun as I can have going through rotaries. I gotta go find those twisties in Florida that I've been hearing about. I've had a couple of V4s before. I had a 2006 Honda VFR. That was my first V4. And like I mentioned earlier, I had the Aprilia Tuono 2016. I am a fan of the V4 engines. I've been wanting to get one for a while. So it's definitely a win-win being able to get on this Panigale and it being a V4. Yeah, it's a very comfortable bike. And I was fortunate to be able to get like my rear sets adjusted while when I was picking the bike up and stuff like that, and getting the rear brake adjusted, and it makes a difference. One, it's easier when you can just sit on the bike and have somebody else adjust it for you, so you don't have to keep getting off the bike and getting on the bike, getting off the bike. And plus, also to get somebody who knows what they're doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first Panigale, and so I'd have to learn on the fly. Not to say it's difficult, but it's easy. But I do recommend, getting your bike set up for you, the ergonomics, the levers, if you can adjust your rear set and stuff like that. Get all that done, because the more comfortable you are on the bike, the better it is. And it's really hard to say, to give you advice on what you should be doing, because I've been at this now for over 12 years, and this is the first time I'm doing it right out the gate. Where other bikes that I've bought, I just picked up and ran. Even my first bike, it was at least 6 months before I had the sag set to for my weight. Now these are things that I do out the gate because it makes a big difference riding, especially if you're not an average weight rider. You know what I mean? So these are things that you may not think about doing, but definitely adjust everything so you can reach for everything. Um, that makes the most sense. So that's my 2 cents with that stuff. But like an overall review on this bike is just going to take a little bit. There's just so you can't do. I don't believe you can just do a couple hundred miles and be able to speak on the bike. Maybe if you came from the previous version, Panigale and stuff like that. But with cars or a bike, I like to take my time and get to know them. And I realize for me, sometimes it takes a little bit longer to where everything just feels natural. I know what to expect from the bike or the car and stuff like that under aggressive conditions, not just regular riding, obviously, but when I'm jamming on the brakes hard or I have to get on the gas hard, these things, and how the bike handles or how the car handles, and to get a feel, so that way, when I am comfortable and I do feel like, stepping on it a little bit, I feel very confident in what to expect. So my 14-year-old daughter has been giving me crap because she says the bike sounds like a lawnmower. And I have a Honda lawnmower, and I turned it on. And, you know, with the stock exhaust, and I've heard people who put silencers on already and full exhaust. The stock exhaust does make it feel, yeah, it does make it sound like a lawnmower. And, you know, now she's waking up and asking me when am I going to get it fixed, like it's broken, because, you know, she's used to, you know, hearing bikes with full exhaust.